What if I told you that right now, at this very moment in your life, whether you're in your 50s, 60s, or even older, the door to your greatest achievements is still wide open, waiting for you to step through? Picture this: a life where every day feels meaningful, where your experiences light the path forward, and where you wake up excited about what's next. It's not too late, my friends. In fact, for many of us, this is exactly the time when our true potential begins to shine. I've seen it happen time and again. People just like you, from the bustling streets of New York to the quiet suburbs of Melbourne, rediscovering their spark and transforming their lives. Today, as your guide on this journey, I'm going to share with you 3 essential keys to unlocking your full potential. These aren't abstract ideas. They're practical, life-tested strategies drawn from the stories of real individuals who've walked this path. We'll explore how to embrace your unique strengths, overcome the self-doubt that holds so many back, and take those meaningful actions that turn dreams into reality. Stick with me through this, because by the end, you'll not only feel inspired, but equipped with tools to start making changes today. Let's begin this adventure together. Now, let's start with the first key: embrace your unique strengths. At our stage in life, we've accumulated a treasure trove of experiences, years of navigating challenges, building relationships, and honing skills that are uniquely ours. But here's the catch. Too often, we undervalue these gifts, comparing ourselves to others or dismissing them as ordinary. The truth is, your potential blossoms when you recognize and lean into what makes you special. It's not about acquiring new talents overnight. It's about polishing the gems you already hold. Let me illustrate this with the story of Susan, a 58-year-old former schoolteacher from a small town in Ohio. Susan had spent over 3 decades in the classroom, captivating young minds with her vivid storytelling and empathetic listening. But after retiring, she felt adrift, like her purpose had vanished with her last lesson plan. One evening, while reflecting on her life, she realized that her ability to weave stories wasn't just a teaching tool. It was a profound strength that could connect with people far beyond her old students. She started simple, jotting down anecdotes from her life and sharing them on a free blogging platform. At first, it was just for herself, a way to process her thoughts. But soon, readers began commenting, sharing how her words resonated with their own journeys through midlife transitions. Within a year, her blog had grown into a vibrant online community, leading to speaking invitations at local events and even a self-published book of inspirational essays. Susan didn't reinvent herself. She embraced what was already there. Her story shows us that our strengths, often forged in the fires of everyday life, are the foundation of our potential. So, how can you apply this? Take a quiet moment this week to list out 3 strengths you developed over the years. Perhaps your resilience in facing hardships, your knack for organizing chaos, or your gift for making others feel seen and heard. Ask a trusted friend or family member for their perspective. Sometimes they see our gifts more clearly than we do. Once identified, think creatively. How could that strength serve a new purpose? Maybe volunteering, starting a hobby group, or even mentoring someone younger. Embracing your strengths isn't selfish. It's the key to contributing more fully to the world around you, and it brings a deep sense of fulfillment that radiates into every area of your life. Moving on to the second key, overcome self-doubt. Self-doubt, the silent saboteur that whispers we're too old, too inexperienced, or simply not enough. It's a universal experience, especially as we age and society sometimes pushes us to the sidelines. But let me assure you, self-doubt isn't a sign of weakness. It's a signal that you're on the cusp of growth. The good news is it can be overcome with intention and practice, turning that inner critic into an ally. Consider James, a 62-year-old retiree from a vibrant city of London. James had dedicated his career to accounting, crunching numbers in a high-pressure firm. Upon retirement, he harbored a lifelong dream to turn his passion for gardening into a small business, designing peaceful backyard oases. Yet, every time he sat down to plan, doubts flooded in. Who would hire an old accountant for landscaping? What if I fail and embarrass myself? These thoughts paralyzed him for months. Then, inspired by a conversation with his grandson about chasing dreams, James decided to confront his fears head-on. He started with the smallest possible step, enrolling in an online gardening course, just one module at a time. As he learned, his confidence grew. He practiced on his own garden, sharing photos with friends who encouraged him further. Before long, he launched a modest service, word of mouth leading to his first clients. Today, James's business thrives, not just financially, but in the joy it brings him, waking up to the scent of fresh soil and the satisfaction of creating beauty. His journey teaches us that self-doubt loses power when we act despite it. To conquer your own doubts, begin by acknowledging them without judgment. Write them down. Were the specific fears holding you back? Then, challenge them with evidence from your past successes. Remember that time you adapted to a major life change, like raising a family or switching careers. Next, commit to micro-actions. If doubt says you're too old to learn something new, spend just 15 minutes a day on a free app or tutorial. Surround yourself with positive influences, books, podcasts, or a supportive group that reminds you of your capabilities. Over time, these practices rewire your mindset, replacing doubt with quiet confidence. Remember, every great accomplishment started with someone pushing past their inner barriers, and you have that same strength within you. Finally, the third key, take meaningful action. Ideas and intentions are wonderful, but without action, they remain just that, untapped potential. The beauty of this key is that action doesn't require grand gestures. It's about consistent, purposeful steps that build momentum over time. In our 50s and beyond, we have the wisdom to choose actions that align with our values, making them all the more impactful. Let's look at Margaret, a dedicated 55-year-old nurse from sunny Sydney, Australia. Margaret had always dreamed of writing a book about her experiences in healthcare, sharing stories of compassion and resilience to inspire others. But the enormity of the task overwhelmed her. How could she find time amid shifts and family responsibilities? Instead of giving up, she broke it down into bite-sized pieces. She committed to writing only 100 words each day, no more, no less, often during her lunch break or before bed. Some days the words flowed, others it was a struggle, but she persisted. Over 2 years, those daily drips accumulated into a full manuscript. With encouragement from her colleagues, she self-published it, and soon it was being used in nursing workshops across the country. Margaret's book not only fulfilled her dream, but also created a ripple effect, motivating other healthcare workers to share their voices. Her example proves that meaningful action is about sustainability, not speed. It's the steady rhythm that leads to extraordinary results. How do you start? Identify one goal that's been lingering in your heart. Perhaps learning a new skill, reconnecting with old friends, or pursuing a creative outlet. Break it into the smallest actionable step. If it's writing, set a timer for 10 minutes. If it's fitness, commit to a short walk. Track your progress in a journal to see how these actions compound. Be kind to yourself on off days, but always return to the commitment. Surround your actions with accountability. Tell a loved one about your plan, or join an online community for support. As you act, you'll notice doors opening, opportunities arising, and a growing sense of empowerment. Action is a bridge between where you are and where you want to be, and it's never too late to cross it. Now, as we wrap up, I invite you to pause and reflect deeply on what we've explored together. Close your eyes for a moment and envision yourself embracing those unique strengths, gently pushing aside self-doubt and taking that first meaningful step forward. Feel the warmth of possibility washing over you. The knowledge that your full potential is not a distant memory, but a living, breathing reality waiting to unfold. You've carried wisdom from decades of life. Now is the time to let it guide you to new horizons. What about you? What's one insight from this video that hit home, or one action you're committing to today? Please share in the comments below. Your stories inspire me and our entire community. Let's build each other up, one reflection at a time. If this has resonated with you, show your support by liking this video, subscribing to the channel for more heartfelt guidance on personal growth, and sharing it with a friend or family member who could use a nudge toward their own potential. Every like, subscribe, and share extends this message of hope and empowerment further into the world. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me today. Remember, your best chapter is still being written. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and keep shining.